On the count of three, it's time to reveal the closet. In 1, 2, 3.
JoJo Siwa has made a name for herself in a good way by trying to be a positive role model for kids, despite the fact that she's 17, and appealing to them on a variety of levels. And you might wonder, how is she able to keep herself so composed and whatnot, and maintain her image? Well, part of that would be because she has a strict set of guidelines she needs to follow to help maintain that image. So allow us to show you 5 strict rules JoJo Siwa has to follow. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel.
Do you want to win any of these items on your screen? If so, be sure to watch the whole video, leave a like, and comment the hidden message. And with that being said, let's get right into the video.
Number 5. She partook in an etiquette class.
I got my one in hand. Rock, paper, scissors, go. Rock, paper, scissors, go.
This one might seem odd at first, but we promise it makes sense when you think about it in the large scale. You might be thinking, but if she has parents, which she does, and they raise her right, that's all they would need for her, right? Well, yes and no. Look in the best case scenarios. It's always best for a parent to raise their child to be respectful and well-mannered. But as the world constantly shows us, that just doesn't happen like it should. At all. Period. Plus, when you're in the role of someone like JoJo Siwa, it's just not good acting on camera or even off camera. It's about knowing how to handle yourself in certain situations, like when being interviewed by people in a live setting and you find yourself struggling with how to act. Thus, JoJo Siwa had to go to an etiquette class in order to ensure that she knows how to act a certain way and present herself in a light that won't reflect badly on the studio who's endorsing them. In the case of JoJo Siwa, that would be Nickelodeon, and they are very strict in regards to making sure that their stars aren't showing in a bad light, because they have a very kid and family-friendly brand that they're trying to uphold. She was actually taught how to act more like a grown-up in these classes, believe it or not. While this may sound weird, it's important to remember that she's just a teenager, and so acting like a grown-up isn't something she's supposed to be doing just yet. And yet she has to because of her contract. The more grown-up she acts, the more trust she conveys to the people who might be watching her performances and such, in order to see if their kids should follow her as a role model. Speaking of kids, she's also been taught how to interact with kids in a polite way that makes her feel both like a kid, but also like a grown-up. If that sounds complicated, it is, but that's what the classes are for. As you can see, this is a multi-layered thing that may seem a bit ludicrous at points. But think about all the recent child stars who have gone over the edge or blown up their visage because of their behavior. Nickelodeon didn't want that for JoJo, and thus she had to take the classes. And whether you agree with them or not, they have worked, and her brand has boomed because of her etiquette classes. Number 4, her music career.
Well, I love performing. Performing is like my number one thing.
If you pay attention to channels with big kid stars like Disney or Nickelodeon, you'll notice that after a while, these kids aren't just doing TV shows and TV movies. They're likely also doing music. This started out subtly in the early days of Disney Channel and Nickelodeon. But after hitting it big with some of their stars, they realized that music was another great way to get the brand of the actor, actress, child star to explode. And when it came to JoJo Siwa and her brand, music was always going to be a part of it. To be fair, JoJo Siwa admitted that she wanted to be a singer since she was a kid, so it's not like she was forced to sing. Though obviously, that could have happened too. Her first big song was one called Boomerang, and it was a major hit, even going platinum in its sales. Not to mention over 777 million views on her music video that you can still see on YouTube. Naturally, after that, she went on tour, and she sold out venues all over thanks to her talent, personality, and brand. Since Boomerang, she's released a total of 6 singles and 2 full albums, one of which, DREAM, was the basis of her tour that she did in 2019, and it was a huge success. But why go to all this extra work and length? Because music is a really easy way to make money if you're a success, believe it or not. Track and album sales are big money, as are radio plays, music videos on the internet via YouTube, and of course, concert tours. Not to mention, if the music is popular and it's getting more fans to stars like JoJo, that would also mean that she's getting more attention to her fashion brand. Because if you're just a one-trick pony, then they'll buy the trick you're offering. But if you've got a lot of things to offer, they're more inclined to check it out because they trust and like the person who is offering it. Of course, this puts a lot of pressure on JoJo to perform her best no matter what. But she seems to like the challenge. And again, she's selling out. And 2020 would have been even bigger for her, no doubt, concert-wise, if the pandemic hadn't shut everything down. Number 3, her contract.
You gotta remember where you came from, you know?
Yeah.
Always.
Not unlike movie deals or full-on record company deals, there are a lot of different kinds of deals that young stars like JoJo Siwa can get. And in the case of Nickelodeon, they gave her what is known as an all-around talent deal. Put this simply, it means that anything that JoJo Siwa does in terms of her product or talent is owned in full by Nickelodeon. So her clothing line, her videos, her music, her appearances on other stations, it's technically all owned by Nickelodeon. Bad idea? Not at all, because it means that Nickelodeon is also going to do all they can to help promote and plug JoJo so that she can get the most out of her career, and thus make them a lot of money as a result. And as we've noted, that deal has been paying big dividends. Her fashion line is huge. She's a role model to young girls everywhere. She's had a very successful music tour with more likely on the way. And new products and avenues of fame will likely come her way. In fact, recently, she was put in Times Magazine's top 100 most influential people of the year. That doesn't just happen, and you can bet that Nickelodeon is seeing more profits because of that. Now, obviously, there are some restrictions in her contract, including how she can't do anything outside of Nickelodeon's scope or without their approval, such as working for another studio because they're offering her big money to do something for them. This is fairly standard kind of deal for the life of a child star, to be clear. It prevents unwanted collaborations. It also prevents sniping of talent and ensures that stars like JoJo don't go off and do something that can hurt the majority of her brand. So, if she sticks to the rules of her contract, she'll be good. Number 2, how she looks at all times.
The makeup is stunning. It's very pretty. It's not me. I mean, you know how I showed up here.
If you were to go and try to picture JoJo Siwa, you would see the bow that she has in her hair, the bright shows, the colorful pants or skirt, etc. JoJo Siwa has a definitive look, and that's definitely intentional, and basically a rule of her life when she's out and about in the world. JoJo Siwa is kept in a certain look because of her fans. Fans expect her to look a certain way, and so does Nickelodeon as a result. They have a stylist that helps JoJo with every single outfit that she has on for various events, even if it's something as innocuous as a basic TV interview. She's a walking billboard of her brand, and that's important because she's a model for this look, and her fans will want to try and emulate her as much as possible, including buying all the materials that she's offering from her wardrobe that is a part of her popular fashion line. Nickelodeon even has the option to drop JoJo should she ever not wear enough of her brand at a show, interview, or other event. Yeah, that can really happen. Number 1, social media.
Just let's see. Don't follow the dog before you follow me. Follow everyone.
You might think that a star like JoJo Siwa would have complete control over her social media accounts because of the fact that they're her accounts. But that's not the case. There are actually teams of people that post across the various social media platforms and regulate what is posted to make sure that the brand is boosted and no controversial things are done. JoJo has the right to post things herself, but they must be approved before going forward. Even brand endorsements via social media are regulated so that JoJo has time with the product before they promote it. While this no doubt is a bit of a harsh rule for her to have, it's meant to protect her in various ways and make sure that every post is as perfect as possible and brings in the views, clicks, likes, etc.
A simple reminder on how to enter our brand new giveaway. We will be giving away either an iPhone X Max, the new iPad Mini, or a MacBook Pro. It's really your choice. So be sure to leave a like, comment the keyword, subscribe, and turn on notifications to enter the giveaway. It's really that simple. Go for it.
So, what did you think? What did you think of this look at JoJo Siwa and the rules that she has to follow to make sure she maintains her image and appeal for her fans and products? Do you feel that some of these rules are honestly rather fine for what she's being asked of her? Or do you feel that some of these are pushing things a little too far? If so, which rules are they? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the channel.